judge things up on earth with storms and floods and all this. It's like I said, book of Amos, chapter 4, verse 7, God said, I will withhold rain from you and yet there were 3 months to harvest. So 2 or 3 cities wandered in to drink water, but they were not satisfied. Reminds me a lot of mealy-mouthed preachers today. You have not returned unto me, saith the Lord. And Amos 4:12 said, prepare now to meet the Lord. That's a promise God will keep. God said to Isaiah one day, the word's going out of my mouth, it will not return unto me void. I'm talking about wickedness, amen, in her land. Ninth appeal of the court, remove God out of the plagues. Legalize sodomy, the most liberal state in the union. Pastor Ricky Drabbley, I'm still preaching on things. You said the average church could cure less because they're too busy in the real world, amen. And like I said, John the Baptist preached on things. Little John in 2:15 said, love not the things in the world. John the Baptist, he lost his head for preaching on some things, amen. I believe our preachers are a bunch of scaredy cats in the pulpit today. I'm talking about preaching, amen. Pastors today know how to shut the man of God down. When they preach revival meetings at their church, they will let you know, they'll let you know right off what they want to hear and what they don't want to hear. Boy, ain't we having a ball today? Hey, pastors and preachers, preaching revivals. And I've said this forever, and ever since I've been preaching, pastors should preach their own, take care of their own flock, amen, preach their own flock. And the poor old evangelist. Do you understand what I'm saying? December 2013, California enduring the driest counter year on record with no signs of rain. According to the National Weather Bureau. Drought-stricken farmers in California had denied access to a water supply by a judge. I'm talking about the liberal judges in California. He listened to you. Judge citing the Endangered Species Act to protect a certain kind of fish, and all the while the farmers doing without water. And all the homes been destroyed in California, all the fires and all the water shortage happening, all the movie stars, look what they feed America. Throughout the years with their filth, a bunch of dope smokers and whore hoppers and wife swapping crowd, amen. And the judge, he used this act to protect the fish. Listen what the farmer had to say. Sean Colburn, almond farmer, who is now forced to spend $600,000 digging his own well. 90% of the nation's almond come from that valley. The almond trees, said they require a lot of water. And Colburn is spending $600,000 to dig wells. And he hoped he'd spare his crops. Maybe it'll start raining, amen. I'm talking about the last several months. No water. And he's nut heads, tree huggers, willing to starve families to death, save some fish or red-breasted woodpecker or hoot owl or save a whale that crowd don't give a hoot about saving a baby, amen. Let's move up north just a little bit. Don't you know, I don't know which state's worse, California or New York. The Storm Sandy in New York City. The storm was the most devastating ever happened since the terrorist attack 2001. The storm surge, at the Battery in lower Manhattan was the highest record ever recorded, nearly 14 foot above flood stage. This anti-God outfit, I'm going to name a few of them, amen. I'm going back a few years. I'll just go back enough to get a taste of what I'm talking about. Governor Mario Como, the Homo, followed by Eliot Spitzer, a prostitute scandal. That's what the New York Times reported. Spitzer, a prostitute ring. It's what he run. And 2009, followed by Spitzer, Governor Patterson of New York, a black man, he was blind, and he got caught up for his adulterous affair. Now Como, the Homo son Andrew, now the governor of New York, who legalized sodomy in his state, the former Mayor Bloomburg, when Como legalized sodomy in his state, New York, Mayor Bloomburg was the first out of the gates to marry his two top sodomized advisors who worked for him the last 20 years. I just don't forget Anthony Weiner, Weiner like to show himself. I mean, Lord have mercy. And don't forget Hillary, for God's sake. And what does it matter now? Do you remember Gilulina, who dressed up as a drag queen, marched down the street, the Macy Day Thanksgiving parade with all them things? Who divorced his wife, moved in with two sodomites, and he was a man of the year in 2001. Early around the turn of the century, Bob Jones Sr., not his son. By the way, his son's college in South Carolina in 2005 brought out plate lunch, bottled water for the lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender queers that had visited their school. A team of us preachers were preaching in the front of Bob Jones College, and the college condemned us preachers. Bible says, if you love the Lord, hate sin. Well, I hate that kind of sin with passion, amen. Who will rise up